Alright, so what's up everyone, and welcome back to the Modern Warfare 3 beta. Now, since my previous video on this game, I've played quite a bit. As you can see, I'm level 22 now. My previous video, I literally, they were like my first games, so I've played a good amount since then. I think I recorded that video on the Thursday night, so I recorded that video, edited it. I played like pretty much the rest of Thursday until the evening, and then yesterday I played for a few hours as well, and today's Saturday. I'm probably going to play a bit today. I'm not going to be here all day tonight though. Like, I'm not going to be able to play in the evening, so I'm just going to have the daytime. I need to make this video as well. So yeah, but I have to say, so far I'm really enjoying this game. I think it's a very solid game. Like, I can't believe how quick I get into games as well. Like, it's got to be the quickest COD game to get into a match, but unfortunately that match is a half finished Estate game. I haven't really played much Estate in this beta, and there's good reason for that, because this has got to be one of the most horribly designed maps I think I've ever played in any game. Like, it makes no fucking sense to me. Like, Estate is literally like, you've got this house here on top of a huge fucking hill with a building over there and a building over there. That's the design, and there's some like open space over there. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, the space isn't utilized on this map properly. But then again, it was designed like over a decade ago, so I can understand why it's, you know, not as good as the other maps. But yeah, I have to say, so far I'm really enjoying Modern Warfare 3. The thing is with the betas though, like with all the COD games, I don't really invest a ton of time into them. Like, it's not with the launch of a COD game where I want to play as much as possible, because yeah, with the launch of the game, like, I'm leveling up, I'm trying to get camos, and you know, obviously it's the full launch of the game, but with the beta, I'm not really like progressing anything. Like, the most I can do is get to level 30, get all the beta rewards, and kind of call it there. So I never really get super sucked into the beta of COD games. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm enjoying the game, and when I do play it, it's fun. I'm not playing this map, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's a good map at all. Like, it's just the only reason I can think that they've put in Estate and not like the best maps in the Modern Warfare 2 selection is basically to, you know, manage expectations, not to sort of glorify the beta and be like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. They have like a healthy, like, natural selection of the maps. Like, they're not just going for the smallest, you know, most fast-paced maps in the game. They've gone for a varied selection that, you know, they might say that most people will like. So, you know, there's the people like me who enjoy like Rust and, you know, High Rise, Skid Row, like the quicker pace, you know, better flowing maps. And then there's maps for the rodents that like to, you know, sit in corners and play tactically. That's what Estate's for, basically. Bro, what is this game, man? Like, I've been shot from behind, so then I turn around to look behind, and then there's a guy behind me again. Like, fuck off. So I think most people who have been, you know, either watching Modern Warfare 3 gameplay or playing the game themselves, you probably know, like, just looking at the kill feed there, it says the Uzi, but it's not the Uzi. I don't know what is going on with the kill feed. But I think people have realized by now, like with pretty much any other Sledgehammer game, there's two main guns that are the most OP, like by a landslide, and those are the ACR or the UMP, or if you want the, you know, in-game tactical names, is the MZW, I think it's called, and the Striker. I think with the ACR, it's just like a really good all-round assault rifle. Like, it's not necessarily like OP in terms of damage like the Striker is, but like I say, the Striker is just ridiculous. Like, the amount of times I've been outgunned from a decent range by that SMG is ridiculous. Like, I'm using the ACR and then that gun just shits on me. Mate, this kid needs to stop fucking camping behind that. Look at him with his little munitions box sat here. No. I just... Fuck off! He's just spawned in, throwing his munitions box on the floor, and he's just sitting there, just head glitching. Every time I spawn in and try and move around, he just beams me. Fuck you! Oh, brilliant. I look at my phone for 5 seconds, and we get this dog-ass map. I don't even know if I've got the patience to play it, to be honest. But this is what pisses me off. Like, they spawn at the top of the hill, and we spawn at the bottom! What? In what universe is that fair? I can't even see him. There's an entire tree in between me and him, and he can just somehow see me and just beam me through it. Like, fuck off. Oh yeah, I really don't like Favela as well. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Estate was necessarily a fan for it, but look how many people are voting for Favela. I don't get the hype. High Rise is just a... Shut up, Mento! How is High Rise... There we go. I was about to say, how the fuck does High Rise lose to Favela? Like, I don't get the hype around Favela. I I really don't. Like, I've tried playing it a lot, and on some occasions, it does play sort of well, but the elevation on that map, like Estate, is just so bullshit. Oh, here's a funny glitch as well. So we're in the elevator, right? So if let's go with the MCW this game. I'll show you how good it is. So obviously the guy gives us, you know, this generic rifle. I think it might be the MTZ. I don't know. But then we come out, boom, we got our other gun. It's just floating. What the fuck? What the hell, man? Nice one, dipshit. Get fought. This gun's so good. I have to say though, like, I really do think Modern Warfare 2 is a solid Modern Warfare 2. I'm still calling it Modern Warfare 2. I do really think that Modern Warfare 3 is a solid game. Like I've said many times, it's basically just a better Modern Warfare 2. Like, I even still call it Modern Warfare 2 to this day. In terms of, like, actual design of the game, I don't really think there's many complaints I have. Like, I genuinely think on the whole, like, in terms of the design of the game, I think they've done a really good job with, like, the balance of stuff. But it's just the numbers game with Sledgehammer. Like, in terms of, like, weapon balance and, like, perk balance, you know, that kind of stuff. I think that's where they always struggle. Like, they always, you know, have a couple guns that are OP or something that just really sucks. Like, with Infinity Ward, it's like a general thing. Like, say with Modern Warfare 2, I think the weapon balance in that game, especially the launch, was really solid. Like, I don't remember a single gun or, like, 2 guns being used a ton. Oh, I started reload. I'm still not used to the 150 health. I started reloading mid-gunfight again. I always fucking do that. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think it's the actual design of the multiplayer like with Infinity Ward games is the problem. It's just like, you know, bugs and stuff and like weapon balancing. Like, obviously, I talked about the ACR and the UMP before. But my biggest problem at the moment with this game is by far the spawn system. Like, it's so dumb. Like, in my opinion, I think Vanguard had probably the worst spawns in COD history. Like, I know Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops Cold War didn't have amazing systems, and Modern Warfare 2 wasn't, you know, the best either. But this game, by far, is just, like, it probably takes the cake. The only reason it's not fair to call it that now is because it's the beta. So, obviously, you know, spawns are going to be a bit choppy, even if these are maps that have been out for over a decade, and I feel like we probably should have the spawns down by now. But even so, like I say, that is the biggest issue with this game, in my opinion, is the spawns. Like, there have been countless times where I've spawned in front of people. People have spawned in front of me. I've spawned around a corner from an enemy and just died instantly. Like, there's no, like, actual flow to the spawn system. I think the best way to describe it is the way I think Exclusive Ace described it when he was talking about the feedback, and the best way to say it is that there's no actual sides to a map. Like, with Domination, for example, if I've got A and the other team's got B and C, I think it's pretty obvious that I should be spawning at A and the enemy should be spawning at B and C. Like, they should be spawning further ahead because they've got the flag, and if it gets to a point where we're pushed really far back into our spawn, then the spawns flip to C, and, you know, it just carries on from there. Like, there's very distinct sides. Yeah, nice one. I think this game utilizes that sort of squad spawning system that's sort of been a thing since Modern Warfare 2019, and I don't believe they're still using it. Like, it's such a shitty system. Like, it just calls for, like, inconsistent spawns. Like, it just makes no logical sense whatsoever. Like I said, it just makes the most, like, inconsistent, unfair spawns that you can think of, because it's spawning you next to people where, like, they're sort of in the middle of the map, and there's no, like, actual sides. Like I said before, like, there's no my side and the enemy side to it, which really just kills the flow of the map, and it just, like I say, it just ruins the experience because you're spawning next to people. Like, you don't know where the enemies are. You'll probably spawn in the sort of middle of the map, then you'll run forwards to where the closest spawn is. Nobody will be there, then somebody will spawn behind you because they spawned in the middle of the map. Like, it's just chaos, man. It's actual chaos, but not good chaos like Shipment. Like, if it happened on Rust, for example, I'll understand because it's a fucking box, but on maps like High Rise, it's very, especially with how, like, sort of linear the map is. Like, it's a very 3-lane map. It has, like, you know, complexities and stuff to it. To be honest, for spawns, High Rise is probably the best because of the way it's designed, but like, maps like Favela, like, I'm spawning next to people, like, it's just chaos, man. And I think High Rise is probably one of the more simple maps in the Modern Warfare 2 selections, so a lot of the other maps are going to have a big problem if they don't do something quick. Mate, what is that guy doing? I missed so many bullets on him. He just ran away from me. What? Oh, you bastard. Like I say, I think the main problem they have is things like that, like weapon balancing, like bugs, you know, spawn systems. Like, it's the stuff that is, like, very easy to iron out within the first, like, few weeks, few months of the game. Hopefully not months. I don't want to go months with these spawns. Then again, they might never get fixed. Who knows? We'll talk a little more about my thoughts and opinions on this game, but I don't want this to be my review. I want to save a lot of my thoughts for that review video, which I am going to make once the beta ends. But just know so far that I'm really enjoying what we've got, and I think this is going to be a solid year of COD. Like, I'm really looking forward to, like, the camo grind and that kind of stuff. Nice try, mate. You thought. Give me my fucking Juggernaut. Let's go. I've only had this Juggernaut a couple times now, but it's really fucking fun. Like, whoever thought giving a Juggernaut with a shotgun and a riot shield was a good idea, kudos, because it is. It's really fun. I don't even really think it's OP. Like, it's only, I think, 8 or 10 kills for it. Remove tracker. What the fuck? What do you mean tracker? Yeah, I wouldn't really say that I think the Juggernaut Recon is OP either, because you're in a really slow, heavy suit, and the most you can do is damage at a very short range. So I think they balanced it perfectly, and maybe it could do with a couple more kills, but as well, like I say, I don't think the killing potential is really there unless you're on, like, shipment. There we go. I have to say, once again, I'm really enjoying Modern Warfare 3. I think it's going to be a really solid year of COD. I really hope the camo grind is the same as Modern Warfare 2, but with these guns, because that system was by far the best camo grind I've ever had on a COD game. It was so much fun this year, and I really hope, well, last year, I hope they do again this year. I'll have videos talking about the beta, you know, my final review, my thoughts and opinions. I'll have some pre-recorded videos coming out, you know, in the weeks leading towards the full game as well, and I plan to have a zombies video talking about my thoughts and opinions on it. Probably not on launch, probably within the next week or so as well. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more Modern Warfare 3, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.